Hey guys, welcome to this video. There's a huge problem with scam debt collectors. I'm not talking about debt collectors that break the law, because there are a lot of real businesses, legitimate debt collectors that break the law. I'm talking about the ones that break the law, but they're not a real business. It's some guy, in his basement with a prepaid cell phone, or somebody offshore calling you. And this is something we've been dealing with for many, many years, and I don't see the problem getting any better. Instead, it seems to be getting worse. And so here's the specific question, and if you're dealing with any type of debt collector that you are somewhat concerned about, is this a real collector, is it a scam collector, then hopefully this pattern will be good for you to follow. But here's a specific question that we received from somebody. I got a call from a collection agency telling me I have a debt. I think it might have been a credit card debt or something like that, maybe a car loan. But anyway, I have this old debt. If I don't pay, they will have me arrested or press charges against me. What should I do? So here's a pattern that you can follow. First, ask the debt collector. So on the phone when they call you, or you call them back, say, I want you to send me a letter explaining what I owe, explaining what my rights are, explaining how I owe this debt. I want you to send that to me. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times the collector will say, we're not allowed to do that. That would be an invasion of privacy. What? An invasion of what? We're not worried about their privacy. Consumers have the privacy. We're not talking about a debt collector having privacy. But they'll just start making up stuff. They'll sort of merge words together, almost like a computer just, that would be a violation of banking standards under the HIPAA law. Just sort of make your head explode. But maybe they say, okay, we'll send you a letter. They'll say, give me your email address. No. I want it to come through the United States Postal Service. They go, no, we'll email it to you. We don't have time to mail it. You have to get it today or we're going to have you arrested. Just mail it to me. Now, if you want to email it to me, that's also good, but I want you to mail me a letter, okay? And they'll say no. The scam guys will say no. They'll say, I tell you what, I'll fax it to you. Give me your fax number. Go, no. I don't want it faxed. I tell you what, I don't even want you to email it to me. I just want you to send it to me through the mail. And they're just terrified of doing this because it's fraudulent. They're crossing state lines or using the interstate mail, and they have a concern that this can be a crime. And just in my experience of talking with, I can't tell you how many people, hundreds of people over probably the last 15 years that deal with this, I say, call them back, say, mail it to me. They will refuse to mail it to you. Now, second thing you can do is say, give me your address. Give me your full legal name. I'm not talking about the collector's full legal name, but the collection agency's name. And I want to send you guys a letter because I have the right to dispute this. And they'll say, well, you can just address it to fraud department at P.O. Box 1234 in Buffalo, New York. You say, I don't think that's your name, fraud department. Or they'll say, you can just address it to IRS. Say, are you the Internal Revenue Service? Well, that's all you need to know, just IRS or FBI. You go, really? You're the Federal Bureau of Investigation? They go, that's our address. That's our name. And they won't give you a real name, or it'll be such a generic name, collection agency. It's like, really? Your full legal name is collection agency. Where are you incorporated? I want to look you up online and see this. And they don't like that because, again, these are not real companies that do this. Now, I'll say this. If you have Midland Collection or Portfolio Recovery or LVNV Funding or IC Systems or any of these big companies, if they're calling you saying you're going to be arrested, we're going to press charges against you, hey, those are real companies and you have a really incredible lawsuit, okay? When people threaten this sort of stuff, these are fantastic lawsuits. It's just as a practical matter, the only people that do this are these scam companies. And there's nobody to sue. There's nothing to get from these people. But this is a way to kind of weed them out. Now, again, if they say, sure, we'll mail you a letter, and they mail you a letter, and it's a real company, definitely get with a lawyer about that, because that would be very interesting if they're threatening you with an arrest, which is almost certainly illegal for them to do. So that's something that you can do. And what I have found over the years, talking to all these people that call my office about this, is when you get these scam collectors back on the phone, you say, send me a real letter through the mail. I don't want it email. I don't want it fax. And give me your full legal name of your company and your actual mailing address and physical address. They won't do it, and they'll fuss. Maybe they call you back again. But what they realize is, all right, you're not going to Western Union them some money because you're worried that the police are going to come knock on your door tomorrow and arrest you. You're not going to, transfer money to them because you think there's a warrant out for your arrest. And look, if they keep saying that, just say, oh, well, that's very upsetting. There's a warrant out for my arrest. Where would I find that? Which police department, which sheriff's office, which DA's district attorney's office did you go? Which court did you go to? Because I want to call them and find out. And again, think about it. If they really did that, they would say, oh, we'll call Jefferson County District Attorney, or call the Birmingham Police Department, or call the Huntsville Police Department, or whoever it may be. And then call them and say, hey, this is my name. I was told by a debt collector you guys have a warrant. And usually they stop you right there and go, you don't have to say anymore. It's a lie. There is no warrant out for you for not paying a credit card or whatever. But you can always check. And I think if you do this approach, after a day or two, they'll leave you alone because they realize you're not going to give them money. Here's the psychology of it. They catch you out of the blue, right? You haven't gotten a letter. All of a sudden you get this phone call. So you answer the call and it's like, hey, this is investigator so-and-so, and we have fraud charges against you. And if you don't Western Union us this money right now, then we're going to have you arrested. And you need to make arrangements for your children to be cared for, because obviously you won't do that when you're in prison. And the idea is it's just so overwhelming to us that we don't think clearly. And it's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to get arrested. Or they'll call your parents. Or if they call you, it's about your children. But, the idea is to just, in a moment of panic, you immediately pay them. Go Western Union us this money. And they don't want you to think about it. And obviously saying, send me a letter, that would involve a couple of days. And they don't want to reveal their identity because it's all based on momentum. They get you scared, and they sort of override any defenses that you have, override any hesitation you have, because it's immediate and you're going to be arrested right now. That's the concept. So if you slow it down, send me a letter, give me your address, I want to send you a letter. Oh, you've got a warrant out, or you filed a lawsuit, or whatever it is. Give me the information. I'll check it out. That's not what they want. And that will be to your advantage. So hope that that's helpful to you. I hope you never deal with this, but if you're watching this video, probably you are dealing with this now, or you have dealt with it, or maybe you've got a coworker, a friend, family member dealing with it. And if you're in Alabama, we can help you in any way. 205-879-2447, or you can go to alabamaconsumer.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.